Marvel, you did it again. You blew me away. You see, I was a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy and knew about these characters long before any film was announced. I knew about them from the 1969 comic series of Volume 1 through the almost 70 comics series back in the 1970s. I think the first issue came out in 1969, Volume 1 of Guardians of the Galaxy, which was a complete different team, but was about a different team around the galaxy protecting the universe. And then in 2008, Marvel released a 2008 series of the Guardians of the Galaxy, actually using the comic book characters as we know and see in the film right here. We have Star-Lord. Peter Quill plays the mercenary slash Han Solo in the Marvel universe, as I like to equate him. Then we have Rocket Racoon. We have Groot. We have Drax the Destroyer and Gamora, a deadly assassin. All of these characters are in the 2008 series, comic book series, consisting of 25 issues, which is a great comic book series. It includes Thanos and about the Infinity Ring, Infinity Gauntlet. It's a great comic book series if you ever get the chance to read it. But what's so amazing about the film is that the characters in these comics were accurately popping out on the screen. If there's any Marvel film that you need to see, it's this one. And the reason I say that is because by the end of the 2 hours of this film, you will love all of the main characters, the Guardians of the Galaxy. You will love Drax the Destroyer, you will love Gamora, you will love Rocket Raccoon, you will love Groot, you will love Star-Lord. You will love all these characters. And one of the things that a lot of Marvel films that I've been disappointed is I really haven't cared about characters a whole lot. And for some reason, this film makes me care. I care about Rocket Raccoon. I care about Groot. I care about all these characters that they show in this team here. And I'm not sure how they did it, but they made me care, and I really love that. One of my most favorite things about this film of Guardians of the Galaxy was the relationship between Groot and Rocket Raccoon. And the reason I say this is because it felt like Star Wars to me. It felt like the original Star Wars trilogy where you have R2-D2 and C-3PO, you know, they're both always at each other's throats. I just woke up. R2-D2 is the one that everybody knows what he's saying, but he makes a few beep, 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 boop, boop, beep, bop, boop, bop, and everybody knows what he's saying. And in the same way, Groot is the R2-D2 in the Marvel Universe. And then Rocket Raccoon, although their personalities are quite different, Rocket Raccoon is the equivalent of C-3PO in Star Wars. That's when they first started interacting in the film. That's what I saw. Maybe that's why I love those two characters even more. And if you get to the end of the film of Guardians of the Galaxy, all I will say is that I want a fucking baby Groot. That was the cutest thing I have ever seen in my life, and I want one. In terms of actors, the cast here is. This is going to be a long shot here, but I like Guardians of the Galaxy more than I like the Avengers, and that's saying a lot. I love the Avengers. It was one of my favorite movies of all time, and this surpassed it, in my opinion. I have never laughed so much in any Marvel film, which is, they knew how to bring in comedy. This is a Marvel comedy, along with an action story, a good story, that will also be blended in with Marvel Phase 2 or Phase 3. I assume what they're going to do is they're eventually going to have the Guardians of the Galaxy in probably Marvel Phase 3 meet up with the Avengers, and you're going to have a team duo to take out Thanos. I squealed in one particular scene. I'm not going to spoil anything for you for the film, but you do get to see Thanos in his full power. You know, at the end of Avengers, you see him teased, he turns his head. That's all you see. And right now, I feel like they're throwing out very short clips of Thanos, and it feels like the Emperor in Star Wars Episode 5 and 6. Because, you know, the Emperor wasn't even shown until the second movie. You only got to see him, like, through a hologram, and he's this big ultra supervillain who taught Darth Vader everything. And now you have Thanos, who is ginormous. When he came on the screen for the short time that he did and spoke, it was godlike. Like, I screeched. I had a nerdgasm. I jizzed everywhere. Simply because you're seeing one of Marvel's ultra villains actually on the screen, and it's incredible to me. As mentioned earlier, these comics here pop out. within the first 10 minutes of the Guardians of the Galaxy, there's a particular scene of Star-Lord, Peter Quill, where the screen stops in slow-mo, and he's in a certain pose that is the exact art style and picture and photo in the comics. And when I saw that, I was like, I melted into my chair. Like, this is too good to be true. And you know I'm a geek, and I know that people probably cringing at this video because of how I'm reacting towards reviewing this film, but I really don't have anything negative to say about this. You know, all the Marvel films that I review, I've always had something to say, but this, I don't really have anything besides, thanks for trolling us, Marvel. The very, very end, after all the credits after Guardians of the Galaxy, was not what I expected. In fact, I even went up and looked up spoilers for the exact end credit scene, and I didn't believe people when I read them. I was like, really? I bet they're just trolling me. And, well, Marvel does in fact troll you at the very end of Guardians of the Galaxy. The acting was great, the CGI was great, it was fun, it was action, it made sense, and what I loved about that was the pacing was the biggest thing, is that in 2 hours they managed to explore each character and talk about their motive, their intention, and why they are here. Like, it wasn't just a random team of just people, it explained each character what their intentions were, why they are teaming up together, what is their purpose in the universe, in the Nova Galaxy, you know? It straight up, and it explained everything in the comics perfectly on why Gamora is betraying Thanos and Ronan and all that stuff. It's a comic book. If you love comic books, if you read comic books, you will have a nerdgasm, because this reflects everything that you know and love in the original comics. And I appreciate Marvel being accurate to the source material, because if there's one Marvel movie that does it right on everything, it would be Guardians of the Galaxy. Even more so than the Avengers. I really don't like reviewing things without giving a little bit of negativity, but I don't have anything to say other than this was an incredible Marvel movie, and it's the best Marvel movie of 2014, and it's definitely hitting my top 2014 movies of all time. My name is Daniel Solzbach. I'm sorry for geeking out on you. Tomorrow, I will be reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles next week. Now that, I will probably have some negative things to say.